Hello. I think I'm live, yeah? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Internet. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Code It Live. Welcome to another .NET Dev Show. I'm going to be your host for the day. I'm Sam Basu, Dev Advocate at Progress Software. And I'm going to be tinkering with, some, newest bits with .NET MAUI, continuing work on an app that I've been trying to build up on stream. So let's get started. So like I do, I always, spend a minute to set the context of what exactly I'm doing. So you may have heard about this thing called .NET MAUI, which is, the evolution of Xamarin Forms. It's the next, generation of doing cross-platform .NET Dev to reach mobile and desktop natively. So the promise is there. In fact, we are getting close to general availability. This is still all in preview, but the tooling is catching up a little bit, which is fine. So that's what I am into. And if you need to stay up on top of this, I do a little thing every Monday. And that's actually what the app is. This is called Sands of MAUI. It's like a quick newsletter style thing where I try to highlight, the things that the community has done for, the last week, any videos, any blog posts, anything that makes sense to highlight. What Binary Chef is saying, what did Twitch do to their iPad app? I don't know. I have it running on my iOS, like on my iPhone. That seems fine. But maybe they did something to their iPad app. I don't know. Okay. So this is what we are trying to transform so that you don't actually have to come to this every time you get a push notification, you get a newsletter update every Monday. So that's what we are trying to do. But I've had some issues and I was trying to do like a proof of concept, and I think I got all of the pieces right where I needed to be, and then I can start putting the app together. And also in terms of timelines, I think it's almost like the 10th, it is the 10th of the month. So, early first 2 weeks of the month, we expect a preview of .NET MAUI. So another preview might be dropping soon, and then we might be looking at some RC bits. Binary Chef is saying it's next to impossible to get a text box for the chat window. Interesting. So something's not working right on the iPad Twitch app. I did not know that. Okay, so let me walk you through where I am at and what I think is going to work. And like I was saying, there's probably a new version of MAUI that's out, and I should just kind of restart and get the latest bits anyways. So this is the content, and this is going to be like this is in a CMS. So I'm going to pull it down as, a list of issues first, and then each issue is going to have like an HTML. So I'm going to use the Blazor web view. So it's not really a hybrid app, but I'm going to use that web view because I already have this nicely formatted in HTML. I don't want to redo that, so I'm just going to use the web view to render that. And I was trying to make sure that it's going to work and I can do navigation. So let me show you where I am at. And I'm on a Mac here, so everything is command line, and I'll do VS Code. So let me show you what I was playing around with, and I think it's working. It's a little kludgy, but it's going to be okay. So if I look into my projects, let's look into this thing called the web view test. And let's pull this up on VS Code. And let's actually take a look at what this is. So I was just doing a proof of concept before I actually try embedding the Blazor web view in my project. So I hope you can read if that's big enough. Yeah. So this is a MAUI Blazor project, right? So it has all of the MAUI pieces in it, and it also has Blazor in it. So in MAUI program, we create the web view, we register that, and we add that, and then we come in. So what I'm doing here is first trying to make sure that if I go to my app xaml.cs, I changed the main page to be like a dummy page for now. It's just called test. So it's a navigation page, so I can do navigation back and forth. I was trying to see that, can you go from a XAML page onto a web view and then back and not lose the context, because the Blazor web view tries to launch like a full-on Blazor app, which I don't need. I just need it to render some HTML. So if you come to my test, this is my test page, and it just has a button that says hello, and it has a, just to demonstrate, it's got a counter clicked. So when I click on that button, this is a pure XAML page. So we want to go to the other page, which is main page in this case. So now main page is doing what they normally do for Blazor web views, which is it's got some XAML here, but it's got no other like native elements. It is entirely Blazor web view. The thing that I was struggling with is, let's see, Binary Chef. Okay, the Twitch powers that are telling me that I need to sit at my desk. Yes, sit down with a cup of coffee, have a drink. Twitch wants you to sit down and not be on the move, apparently. So okay, looks like my highlighting thing is back. So yeah. Hopefully, if it's early morning for you like me, you've had your cup of coffee, or midday, evening, you have a beverage of choice, and sit down and relax and unwind a little bit. Okay, so here is my Blazor web view, and notice how it tries to pull up the root component of my Blazor app. Binary Chef is saying it's earlier for me. Oh yes, yeah. Binary Chef is my good friend, and he is in Central Time, I think. Yeah, CST. So that's 1 hour behind me. So it's like 10:10 a.m. for me. So it's 9 in the morning for you. So it's early. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is, and this is where it's getting confused, what I would love for the Blazor web view to do is, notice how it has the host page. Like this is where it's looking for the app. And this host page is in www.root and index.html, which is here and this one. It doesn't have anything. It is just saying, hey, I need some references to some CSS and some JavaScript. Like this is the JavaScript that they need for the JS interop for JavaScript and .NET to talk to each other. But that's it. It just has this div tag, and the whole app loads up in this div tag. That's what it is. So I don't think there's a way around it. I mean, I wish I could just like, where was my main page demo? Like I wish I could just, instead of giving it a whole app, I could just give it some HTML, or like point it to a URL and it can load that. It doesn't like that, it looks like. So I have to kind of go down the normal route. So it has to find that main component, which is main razor, and then it goes and finds your index razor file, which is this one here. So what I was trying to do is, it's fine that it can come and find the index.razor page, but what I wanted to do is carry some HTML into the app. And maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, chat room, but I don't think there is a way. If I look at main page again, so I'm trying to pass a parameter into the Blazor web view, right, or into the Blazor app, and I mean I can pass a parameter between components, but I don't think I can pass a parameter directly as the Blazor app is launching. Like I cannot pass a parameter into index.razor, right? So I need to do that because the XAML page is going to have the context of the list of issues, and then I need to pass the HTML down. So in this case, I was just trying it out. So I have a test page, which is this one here, and all it's doing, it's using this markup string in Blazor. It is a Blazor component, and all it does is like it can render some plain HTML, or it can just grab the HTML value that's been passed to it, and I'm setting it from a global level. So this global HTML is what I'm using, and that is just a string which can hold any HTML, and we're just setting it to woohoo, right? So I think that's kind of what I needed. Maybe it's it's not very clean, but it should work. So if I fire this up on Mac Catalyst, so you'll get a Mac build. So here's my dummy hello button, which looks weird, but it's okay. But this page is the first page, and this is all XAML. So what I wanted to do is click on this and go to the second page, right? I think my my brightness or contrast is a little off. Hopefully you can follow. Maybe it's a little too bright, but here you can see like this is a Blazor web view page. This is the second page, which is the main page, right? So I do have the navigation context set up right, and then if I come to this page, this is all things Blazor, which is fine. And then in here you see that hello HTML. This is coming from from the test page, right? This one says hello HTML, and then at markup string it just renders this HTML value, which is set right here. So I can, have an app level global like parameter, and I can set that, and I can, bring that thing down to each Blazor web view that's rendering it. So that's my, kind of maybe a hackish way of, sending in some HTML that the Blazor web view can, render. So I think as a proof of concept, like I got the navigation working and I can render some HTML, so I can start. So that's on the web view side. So let's take a look at what I have with an actual app. And I need to update the runtime, so I need to start afresh anyways. So let's look at Sands of Maui. This is the XAML, full-on XAML app, and let's do a Mac Catalyst build on this. Ooh, errors. I don't like errors. Let's figure out what's wrong with that. Oh, I think it's complaining about some XML. I think I know that. So we can clear this up, because I was also trying a few things in the app itself, which did not work. Okay. Oh, so I was trying to test XAML here. So let's take that out. We don't need that. Let's close that. Yeah, I don't need that. Let's go back to what this was before, main page. Banner show. Why don't you like errors? Well, the good thing is, like, I'm in tooling which doesn't help me much anyway, so half the time it actually doesn't catch errors while I'm writing it because my IntelliSense isn't there. So I'm a little blind, but then it fails at runtime, which is beautiful. So let me get rid of these two things because I don't need those. Delete that, and delete that. I don't need that. I do need the issue list view, and I need the detail view. So this is my list view, and I can start afresh with the latest runtime again. So I'm coming to the list view, and then the list view is going to transfer me over to the other one, which is the detail view, which will just have a label. Right, so I think now it should build. Are you using Comet? No, I'm not using Comet. So what Binary Chef is asking is an interesting way to think about it. So if you don't like to use XAML, you can actually use this thing called Comet, which is a C# MVU way of doing things on top of .NET MAUI. I actually have it right here. This is James Clancy. I'm not using this. I know he's been working on this a little bit. Oh, but the app came up, by the way. But he's actually got a really nice VS Code extension that helps with debugging and deploying to simulators. But this is something, if you want to do like plain C# and do the model view update pattern, that's what you can do. But no, I'm using straight up .NET MAUI here and the Blazor web view in it. I gave up on it. No, don't give up. I think James is trying. So if you have any issues, ask him what's going on. Oh, the extension is what I gave up on. Okay. I am not using that either. So this is just like straight up .NET MAUI with VS Code as is. So what happened here was you saw the app come up while I was browsing. So here's the desktop app. Right, and again with the contrast, it maybe is a little harder to follow. So I'm bringing back the two issues. We are hitting Azure Cosmos DB, bringing back a list of my issues, and I think I can go to each issue, and there's just a button that says sanity check, and I can click on that. It brings back the HTML for that issue, which is hello world, and this one has like the hello world again. So that's kind of where we stopped. So this is working, except like when I go to the second page, this entire page is also XAML, which I don't want. I want the Blazor web view in it. Yeah, Banner Chef is saying you don't have to use the extension. Yes, so yeah, you can. I think I played with that extension some time back. I don't know why I stopped using it, but no, I'm not using anything here. It's just straight up, command line here. Okay, so I have the list, and when I come to the second page, this is all XAML, which I want it to be a Blazor web view. So, but I have proven that the navigation works, and I can pass a parameter into the Blazor web view. So I think I am good. So here's what I'm going to do, and maybe maybe it's living on the edge doing this live on the internet, but you all are my friends, so why don't we close this? Because here's what I need to do. I need to update the runtime and start afresh. So what I will do is actually, hold on, let's kill the terminal for a second. I'm going to come out here. I want to make sure I save this code before I restart. So go here, CLI projects, Sands of MAUI. So this is the app, right? So I'm going to copy this whole thing, and then we're going to move those files back in once I have it. Paste. It's pasting. Yes, done. All right, so this is my app with the packages, with the views. Yep, I have the 2 views. I have the view models, so I have everything that I need. Yeah, okay. So with that saved off, what I'm going to do is wipe this out and restart from scratch with the latest bits, and hopefully everything works. So move that to trash. Yep, gone. All right, here we go. So let me check if they pushed out a new version of MAUI today. I'm gonna go to another one who writes it. It's David Ortno, and this guy here. No, looks like he's still got the the preview 13 thing pinned, so I'm guessing it's coming soon. Okay, here we go. So new terminal. So what I'm doing here is starting afresh as if I have a brand new app, and I'm going to copy some of the files over. So let's see, .NET version, what am I using? 60200. Okay, let's do a .NET, what is it, workload update to grab the updates, and then I can install MAUI again. Ow. Oh, okay. Sudo all the things. Here you go, .NET. You have permissions, password. Maybe. Okay, there you go. Ooh, lots of updates. Yeah, see, they did push out something, even though, well, actually I'm trying to remember if I'm on 12 or 13. I think I was on 13, but definitely there are updates that, like hot fixes, they have pushed out that I didn't have, so let's get them. And while it's doing that, I am using the Telerik bits as well. Like the list view is a Telerik list view, so our stuff for sure works on preview 13. So I will get this one as well. So hot bits everywhere. Well, a lot of stuff. Well done. All right. Binary Chef, have you been tinkering with .NET MAUI much? Or anybody else in the chat room? What are your experiences? So let's get just put the workload, install MAUI. All right. Sudo .NET workload install MAUI, go. Whoa, failed. Oh, it did install, but it's trying to get to the Telerik NuGet server for some reason. I don't need it, but okay. I'm hoping that I have everything now. So let's do a .NET new help. Let's see. Look at my No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a .NET new list. All right, so there's all my .NET MAUI templates. Okay, so I think I am on the latest now. Let's do a .NET version. Still 6.0. Okay. Okay. Latest bits are in, and let's grab this one here as well. That download. By the way, like our UI is, completely free and in preview for you to play around with. Binary Chef is saying, yes, I love being able to use. Let's read this in chat. I love being able to use VS Code. Not that I have against big Visual Studio, except that it's too big and doesn't support Python very well. Really, Visual Studio doesn't do Python very well? I didn't know that. I thought it was very well. And I think VS Code does Python better, with some of the extension. It doesn't work across platforms. Yes. So what Binary Chef is saying is VS Code is what I'm using, and that's lightweight. It's cross-platform. It's beautiful, but the tooling is not quite there yet. They're working on it. But VS for Mac, the big brother, is going through like a big change in terms of UI. It's going to be all native on Mac, so they don't have support for that yet. They're actually trying to build support back for Xamarin Forms first, and then they will get to .NET MAUI. All right, good to know. Compared to VS Code, Python support in big VS pales. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So this preview, we don't have the right certs, which I can fix it. All right. Where is my security privacy? Not that. This one here. Open anyways. Yes, open. All right. Here's the installer. Also, this is up to 0.5 now, because like we are, reaching GA as well with .NET MAUI. So let's, yes, agreed, install. All right. For some reason, my MacBook has doesn't like my finger touching too much. It either shows up on my watch to double tap and approve, or I have to type in my password. So, it could have something to do with our IT has things a little bit locked down, so not everything works. All right, yes, move to trash. And I like this about installers that, move the installation files over. So let's take a look at what we did because it comes down here into my documents, and that's where I keep it progress. So .NET MAUI, Telerik UEFI.MAUI started with semantic version 0.0.1 all the way to 0.5. So these are the latest bits now. Okay. We are good here. If you're using Wintel.NET Dev, use Big VS. Everyone else use VS Code. That's a good point to say. If you are on Windows, by all means use Visual Studio. But if you want to be cross-platform, VS Code. Everywhere else, lightweight, works with a ton of extensions and still doesn't bog down your system, which is nice. The only reason I use Big VS is anymore Xamarin. Yes. That's a very good point, because you don't have to use the Big VS for .NET MAUI going forward. Some things might be better, but I think VS Code is just going to be nimble and fast, and command line everywhere just works. Binary Chef has over 100 VS extensions. Wow. And that may be, the best thing that VS Code does is, despite the extensions, it's an Electron app, but it's still like the memory footprint is well managed. It's not bogging your system down all the time. Okay, excuse me, didn't want to cough in your ears. Okay, so let's go back here. I got the latest bits now. Let's go to our folder, which I didn't wipe out, and I hope everything is going to work now with the latest templates. What? Oh, I'm not in the right place. All right. Now go to Sands of MAUI. All right. clear, and up on top, let's do an ls, nothing in there, good. So now let's do a .NET new MAUI. Now, I actually might do the Blazor one because there are some things about the SDK and the way the Blazor app is bootstrapped that's coming out of this template that I would need to get the second Blazor web view to be working. So I tried with the plain Sands of MAUI app and just adding one Blazor web view to one page, and it just complained all over the place. So I'm going to start with the MAUI Blazor template. Okay, that's all done. Now here's the test. Does it work out of the gate with the latest bits? Where's my Mac catalyst? There we go. Let's do a build. What are you? It's trying to get something from our Telerik NuGet bits, and it doesn't know. Chat room, VS Code out of the box is really boring, and that's a good thing. It doesn't try to force you into dev style. That's a good point. Yeah. So you can, get the C# extension, you can get the Python extension, you can get whatever you want, and that's how you start. And you can, make the look and feel work however you want. There's command line, terminal built in, so it really lets you work however you want, and that's a good thing. Okay, but what is it trying to do? Why is it even trying to get to the source? Because now it's like with NuGet config, you got like a couple of different ways. First it looks local, then it looks into the user folder, and then it looks into the machine. So somewhere it's trying to get the Telerik bits, and it's saying I'm unauthorized. So where do I even add the NuGet config? And it should not be needing it. Okay, let's take a look at what we did. And if I can fix it as we go along. Excuse me. So this is okay. So see that razor thing, you need that for Blazor based or whenever you're trying to render the Blazor web view. So this one doesn't have anything. I always change this to my wildcard, which is sam.star, and then it should, let's see, main program.cs. It's hooking up the Blazor web view, the build. Okay, no, this is what I want. This is what I want. So let's do a .NET restore. So that's done. But when it tries to build, oh no, maybe it's going now. Because there was something like, I don't know what that error was, because it tried to resolve something and it didn't find it. Okay, but now it looks like it's going. Let's see if the basics will work, and then we will, bring the files in and we will do the Blazor hookup. Okay, lots of yellow, but that's fine. Yay! Okay, so we're back with a brand new Blazor MAUI project out of the scratch, and everything works, which is what we want. All right, perfect. So now let's bring stuff in, and there's going to be quite a bit of stuff we have to bring in. Let's go back to this thing that we had saved off. First thing is I have a folder here called services, which is my, you can't see it, it's too small, but it's Cosmos services. I need that. I need my view models, and I need my views. I need all of that. I don't think I have anything special in the platforms, properties, resources, nothing yet. So let's grab all of this, and we're going to drop it in our new project now. Right here. paste. All right, let's see what it does here. So properties, bin, okay. So now I got services, I got views, and I got view models, okay. All right, this will fix up. Let's see if I have things right. So this is my Cosmos service, right? And so this one has, you know, the Azure Cosmos, which I need to bring in the reference, but it's using, you know, the URI and the primary key, going to Cosmos, doing a lookup on the database and containers, and bringing it back. But I need to bring in Cosmos. So let's go up here and let's keep this CS proj open, maybe with the text editor. All right, what did I have in here? All right, these two. Okay, I will bring in the Telerik bits in just a second. Let's just see if the Cosmos thing will work. Yeah, let's go in here, CS proj. And I don't know if I need that launch settings because it's not a Blazor app that I'm launching. Azure Cosmos services, okay. Right, and well, I do need to bring in the Telerik bits because the UI is, the list view is a Telerik list view. All right, so let's bring that in. But I'm going to change the version because now I got a new version in place. All right, let's close this, and in here I got that. And I don't need two item groups, I can just do one. All right, and get rid of those. Now, I do not want this to be pulled down from the services yet. So I'm going to make that the 5, right? And I am going to create a new folder just for now. Where can I create a folder? Here. There. Call it packages, right? And in that, I'm going to bring in the latest Telerik bits that I got. Let's do documents, progress, and 0.5. Packages. There you go. See that Telerik UI 0.5.0 nupkeg? That is the NuGet package. So I can just copy that over into my app. So let's go in here, Sands of MAUI, packages, and paste that. All right. And I need that NuGet package that does the thing. So I think I had it here in my trash. Let's see, this one here. Yeah, put it back onto desktop. And we're going to open this. Well, actually, no, we can just drop the file in. So we're going to copy that, close that, CLI projects, and let's just drop it right in here. And let's see what we have broken. Okay, so packages, now it should have the Telerik UI for .NET MAUI 05 0.05 package, and it should now have this NuGet config file, which all it's doing is it doesn't care about any of these things. Like, it knows how to go to the machine level NuGet config and pull down the .NET bits, but this one's just saying for, like, you have a local NuGet package in .packages, which it should come and find this, I hope. Let's try. So let's do another .NET restore. Hello chat room, if you are just joining me. I am Sam, and this is Code It Live, and this is the .NET Dev Show. We are doing all things .NET, and today being Thursday, we're doing .NET MAUI. So it built, but my app doesn't launch. Why? Oh, this is the linker thing. Yeah, hold on. I need one more thing. There's always something. So let me go look at this config file because of an issue with. Oh, Blazer Mr. Magoo is here. I would stay, but that hurts my eyes. Wait, what hurts my eyes? Your eyes? I hurt your eyes? Or .NET MAUI does? Oh no, don't leave me. Let's see, I need a linker thing, because what it's doing is it's trying to strip away any unused references, and it likely strips away some things that I do actually need. So let's copy that. Oh, that theme is very bold. Wait a second, you mean my VS Code theme? This is pretty much out of the box, like it's nothing else to it. Do tell, please. Okay, so I'm going to put this one back, which is a line of code that says don't strip away any references that I'm using or may not be using yet. So I think that should take care of it. Let's try another. No, let's try another .NET Restore first. I'll just listen. Yeah. Okay, my restores have successfully been restored, or my dependencies, and now let's see if the Mac Catalyst build will work. So again, for those joining you, I am doing a .NET MAUI project with an app that I'm trying to write that brings in the newsletters, and I'm getting errors with NuGet config. All right, let's drop it because I understand you are getting upset with me. What if I drop you? Okay, don't need it. Okay, let's just go with the default build. And I actually don't need it to be in my packages. Ooh, lots of build errors, but now it doesn't know. Oh, I see. I dropped a whole bunch of files and it doesn't know what to make of it. We can fix that. We can fix that. Interesting. So in the latest things, we got namespace issues. So this is Sands of MAUI. This is the MAUI program. So what it is complaining about is, let's look at every one of them. So services, let's look at Cosmos service. This one is using global collection model, using Microsoft Cosmos. Namespace is Sands of MAUI. So that's all good. Then in the views, it's where it's complaining. So let's look at issue list view. This is Sands of MAUI. Oh, you know what? I'm missing my model, so it doesn't know what this issue is. Okay, that was actually helpful. So go back to my app and find my model. Yes, it's missing these two models, so that's why it was complaining. So copy that and go back here into my app and paste. So I'm trying to bind to data and it's saying, I don't know what this model is. So where did I bring it in? Now, there we go, models. Now we got issue.cs, namespace, Sands of MAUI says using C#10, and it is using, file scope namespaces. I have no usings anywhere else that I need or don't need. And then issue detail is so here's my thinking, like issue is going to be just a collection of issues, right? With ID name published, and then issue detail is going to have the ID of that issue we carry forward, and then HTML body is the actual content of that issue. So I think that's all it should need. Let's go back and so it complained about all of these things. Fine. Now let's do another build. Okay, looks a little happier. Now let's see if it will launch, because it complained about NuGet config before, but I did a restore. and that worked. Okay, some yellow, which is fine. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. We are good. So we're back to the Hello World Blazor thing, and everything works. I got the web views, but it doesn't have any XAML in it. The reason I had to start with Maui Blazor is I needed the dependencies and the services and the Blazor app bootstrapping, because I just want to use the web view, and then I'm going to bring in my XAML pages, which are all native, and then just have one page which is for my list of issues, and then we'll go to the Blazor web views. Okay, so what have we done so far? Maui program brings in Blazor web view, perfect. But we don't need to start at main page XAML, because this is the Blazor web view thingy. We don't need to start there. So let's switch to in here in my appxaml.cs. Instead of doing main page, we are going to say we want to bring in navigation, new navigation page, new, and we need to say issue list view, I think. Yes, so that's what I want. And then that's going to be our list of issues, and then it's going to take us, once we come in here, oh, you know what, it might complain about these things, because I am using the Telerik list view here, so I will need to get that reference in somehow. Okay, and once you click on an item in my list view, and that's where we are doing first up we are doing the fetch and bind, which goes and talks to my view model, which is the issue list view model, and then it does the fetch and it sets the item source of my list view to the list of issues, and then when you select, we can go to the other one. Let's see what breaks if I just do this. Right, so we had the basic Blazor thing working. I think it's going to complain about the Telerik bits or not. I'm confused, like when it complains and when it doesn't, because like it's trying to use a machine level NuGet config, but let's see if it'll actually bring the things back. Like it needs to hit the NuGet server, and then it needs to hit the Telerik servers to get our bits. And I think we have a crash. Okay. Because it didn't resolve the thing on our server. Okay, okay. Got it. Don't bark at me. Let's, I do need that NuGet package for now. I wish I could just drop that thing in here and it'll work. But it's getting very upset at me if I just drop the NuGet package in there. Let's try one more time. Paste. So why is it complaining so much? If I go in here and if I look at the NuGet config, I don't need these guys, and maybe I shouldn't do the clear. I should let it resolve. Let's try this one first, and then once it starts complaining, I'm going to take out these things. I'm going to not do the clear. I'm going to let it resolve the NuGet org dependencies, and then hopefully for just the Telerik ones I can point it to packages. If not, I can actually point it to our NuGet feed and see if that works. Okay, let's try this one more time. Mac Catalyst build. Okay, so it's saying the path ... whack. It's out of result. Got it. You don't like that. All right, how about I turn that local thing off? Let's Let's see, why is it getting confused? Because it's sitting right here. Dot is going to go one level up and it's going to find the packages folder right here. Why are you getting so confused? Let's try this again. No. What line is that? Doesn't quite tell me. Okay. Now it's not doing anything, any of these things. See, if I take out this NuGet package, excuse me, the rest of it works, but I do need my references. Same error. Is it this line? Which one is causing? Let's try this. No. So let's take a look at this. So we got documents, this. If we see like how we reference our bits in any of the examples. So we got two examples here, SDK and Crypto Tracker. These are the two apps. Let's look at this NuGet config here. See this one here, it's similar, but it's using local value ... up. So, and I think that's because it's the packages folder is actually like two levels up from here. Can I build that? Because like I should be able to. Oh, what is this? Quit text. Hold on, I'm gonna try doing a build of this stuff right here, which is the Telerik MAUI bits. Let's do a build, new terminal right here. Services, new terminal at folder. So now we are at that folder, and let's do a Mac Catalyst build of that. So you get that app ID is com.telerik, so it's using a wildcard to find my iOS simulator and still launch. There are just so many moving pieces with .NET MAUI and native cross-platform dev these days. So that is working. Why isn't mine working? So here, by the way, is the SDK browser app, which has a list of, it's a super simple app. It's meant to show you a list of all the UI that we have. So you got buttons, busy indicators, different types of charts and graphs, which I love, all these charts and graphs. These are all native, by the way, on iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac. And then we got, for the first time, we have a grid, which I think the grid maybe, is it out there on this app? Maybe we are not showing it, but there's a grid and I can enable the grid. So the grid actually works on mobile and desktop as well. Here's the list view. This is what I'm trying to use. This one's just a list of names, but it's got virtualization, it's got reordering, all types of sorting, filtering, grouping, scrolling, command support, everything built in. So it is a very, very good list view that I'm trying to use. But it does not like my NuGet config. Okay, how about I try without that packages, without the dot. Does that work? Go back here. No, this is the SDK style project. This is my Sands of MAUI project. No. Why is it reading that NuGet path? it will result in a file outside of your app bundle. Yes, I get it, but where are you getting this? Like, what does that mean? Where are you getting this long format path? Users CLI project, that is my NuGet config, but you're reading this from a very wrong place. Like, where are you getting that? Active package sources. Is it? It's not this whack, right, for Mac? I don't think so. Forward or backward slash? No, it's not that. It's got to be this. Is it? Because that other project did have the NuGet config just like right there on the project itself. And if I go look at my global NuGet config file, maybe that's the way to pull it down. So hold on, I'm going to do the crazy here and try to read what .NET is reading. Yes, we can go there. Okay, so this is .NET, right? So I'm in share user library .NET. Which NuGet config is it reading? Packs SDK, see that 3.1, 5, 6.0, that's what I'm using. So does this have a NuGet config? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. NuGet builds, where is the NuGet config? NuGet targets, maybe? What is this? So this has a list of all the targets, right? Let's open this up in text. Haha, warning, do not touch this file. All right, I won't. I don't need to change, I just need to read it. Do not modify this file unless you're knowledgeable about MS Build and have created a backup copy. Okay, I'm not knowledgeable and I don't have a backup copy. I'm just trying to see where you're reading my stuff from, because I can't. This is not the NuGet config, this is just like targets. Yeah, this is not helping. Where are my targets? Where are the NuGet sources? What I'm trying to get to. Where is it reading it from and why is it getting confused? Is it not? Is it at a different level? Because this is .NET. All .NET apps should be reading the machine level thing. Shared? No. Templates. Packs. These are the workloads. Library packs. Yeah. I don't know. So if I drop this NuGet config, then it builds. But it cannot figure out where to get our stuff from. We do have okay, let's try it another way. Let's do Telerik NuGet source. What if I just actually I have the docs thing open here for like a Blazor doc. This is a NuGet feed, and I think we had issues with the credentials having to be plain text. So that is the Telerik feed. See that NuGet Telerik feed v3 index.json. Okay, clear all the NuGet caches to ensure no cache deleted packages exist. It's important in the steps later where the credentials will be stored by Windows. You can run .NET NuGet's local all clear in your CLI. I can do that. So I'm still in my project here in Sands of MAUI. .NET NuGet locals all clear. Go away. Oh, so this is actually a way to see where it's reading it from, the NuGet cache. Users.local.share. Oh, that's where the NuGet files were. And NuGet packages have been cleared. All right, so can I do a .NET restore now? Yeah, see, it's complaining. So I don't need to do anything new. So what essentially it's saying is, like, the fact that I have this package, it goes through the list of all of my NuGet sources, and it starts with the .NET and the the NuGet.org sources, but it also has the Telerik source in there, because I think the NuGet sources are shared between VS Code and like Big Brother Visual Studio. So I have brought in Telerik bits, and maybe let me check, because I have the NuGet source enabled on let's what should I do? Let's just open up any app here in Visual Studio. And if I look at all the red squigglies, preferences. Oh, see, in Visual Studio, it's telling me I have invalid credentials. So that's NuGet.org, and that's that. Telerik feed is NuGet Telerik. Yeah, that is right. Why are you complaining? Okay, let's just copy that. I think if I use, thank you for the follow. If I use a project that is putting down Telerik NuGet bits, that might be a good thing to do. So yeah, this one is actually using Telerik UFR Xamarin. Okay, so let's try this. Let's do a restore here. Yeah, so I think what it's saying is you need to fail to retrieve information from that NuGet package because the following feed uses an encrypted password. Telerik feed. You can use a clear text password as a workaround. Encryption is not supported on non-Windows platforms. Okay, so now I'm running up against this thing that is well known actually, and we have documented this because on a Mac it actually doesn't like the encrypted thing. It needs to be like a clear text password, which is not desirable, but it is what it is. So clear the NuGet caches, set this as a thing. Open a project that has Telerik UI components library package reference, for example, generate one this, blah, blah, blah. Make sure to remove all local NuGet files. Yeah, and then do a build. There'll be Windows prompting, okay, but we don't get that prompt right on a Mac. Manual steps, let's see here. Okay, so to add Telerik private NuGet feed, you need the .NET CLI. Ultimately, it creates a NuGet config file for you. You can get to familiar concepts, blah, blah, blah. The tooling does not support. You see that? That's what we're running up against. So you need to restore them or store them in plain text. The command line from example below stores the password in clear text. It's in app data, NuGet config. Use the CLI to add the Telerik NuGet feed. Make sure to remove all the new lines. They are here for readability. Hey, it's 3D Polyrat. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So we are running up against a Mac specific issue because the Mac Visual Studio on a Mac does not support encrypted credentials yet, so it cannot reach out and get that. Okay, so what we have to do is manually add this. Use the CLI to add, if you have already stored a token instead of storing the credentials, blah, blah, blah. We don't need the token. So this is the NuGet config if you are doing this by hand. So you see that. So it'll have the NuGet source, which is API NuGet, and then the Telerik source, which is this. And add the Telerik feature to make sure, okay. Config file, you can create a new one. I can just do this. So the only issue is I'll have to store my username and password in clear text because the Mac Visual Studio doesn't support encryption. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to add a new file here called nuget.config. All right, and I'm going to paste that in. It is not happy with me, but hopefully it figures it out that it is a config file. To inherit the global, remove the clear. No, actually don't want it to inherit. Well, how about I blow it away? So I have the two feeds, NuGet and Telerik. Okay. Okay. People in the chat room, I'm going to turn my screen off for a second so I can type in my user ID and password, and then I'll come back, okay? So bear with me. If I turn it off, there you go, you have a black screen. I'm still here. I am just typing in my credentials because it doesn't let me do encryption, which is sad. So I got my... Got it. I think. All right, I can come back. There you go. So in my NuGet config, I have my credentials in clear text. So let's see what it complains about now. All right, let's do .NET restore. I don't know if I needed to blow away all of the other stuff for all of the .NET MAUI and the .NET NuGets. Binary Chef, plot twist, the screen was not actually blocked. Oh no! Okay, I think that worked, maybe? Okay, let's do a Mac Catalyst build now. Oh, it is really not about the NuGet config. It is not reading the NuGet config right in my project. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. It should be reading the NuGet config. Why is it getting this whole path thing confused? Because it builds if I don't have a NuGet config, but the moment I drop in, because now it's not even about, you know, having a local package or, you know, pulling it up from a NuGet server. Now it's just not even able to read the NuGet config and make sense of it. Aztec Consulting, heyo, heyo. Good to see you people. Let's see if my highlighting still works here. Hello Aztec, and 3D Polarette is asking, do you have a CMS you would recommend for Blazor? So you mean you are writing a Blazor web app and you want to host it in a CMS? You will need to have some of the runtimes in there. No, I don't have any like strong opinions, but I use WordPress, I use Sitefinity. I've used like other CMSs in the past, but I think with Blazor, like you really have to make sure like the runtimes are aligned and you have all the things that you need to run your app. Binary Chef, whenever I see that many parent folders, I always freak out too. Yes. So it is completely freaking out because it's not able to make sense of my NuGet config, which is weird because I got nothing in it, just pointing to NuGet and pointing to our feed. So if I drop it, it builds, but it cannot pull down our bits. Now, the only other thing to do is to drop the NuGet config, and through the CLI, at a machine level, I let the NuGet config know, and I use my clear text password for that. Oh, this is too much. I shouldn't have to do all of this. It should work, but all right, NuGet config, go away for a minute, okay? Let's look at this again. So, this was where manual step CLI Mac does not support. So the command line from the example below stores the password in clear text in app data NuGet.config. Where is this app data and NuGet config on my machine, and why am I not able to find it? So users, local, share, right? Where is app data for .NET? I don't have a app data in my .NET folder. Host. How about I do a search and see where all is my NuGet config? It's probably not going to show me all the things. I have a bunch here. Okay. Let's see where all of this is being read. Would be nice if you told me which folders you're finding this in. Really? Oh, so I have to click on each one to find out. Okay, so documents, examples. Oh, so the bin debug drops in a NuGet config. Okay. Let's look at that. Hold on, before I do that. So if I go to my Sands of MAUI, bin debug, Mac Catalyst build, there. Where? I don't see a NuGet config. That's standard. Aztec Consulting hidden under the user account. Yes, I went to the user account, but it didn't want to let me go any further. So hold on, where is my go? Go to folder. See, user, local.net. That's where I went under. So this is the user folder that Mac hides by default. But this user folder is my user folder. This is not the local, so this one is open. But I don't think this one. This is just my users folder. No, I think it's in this user folder and the local. Because this has the homebrew, Microsoft, and all of the Cask and all of the command line tools. Share. Okay, well, let's viewing hidden files. I am viewing the hidden files here when I do that. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. This looks like one command line. .NET NuGet add source. And make sure to remove the new lines. They are here for readability. I don't like this at all, but I will do this. Let's do that. And this is apparently a CLI command. All right. So we'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. And we'll do this. Okay, so .NET NuGet add source name Telerik online feed. Let's just call it Telerik feed, username and password, and then the dash dash store password in clear text. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to run this command on this folder and see if it can make sense. All right, I'm going to do that trick again, and hopefully it blanks out. There you go, black screen. Did it black screen? Let's wait for, okay, it is black screen. Do not read my email, people. All right, username. I'm still here. So username is my email and my password. Okay, and store password in clear text, which is sad, but let's copy this whole thing. I'm typing, by the way, I am running that command on this directory that I have, adding a new source. It says the source specifier has already been added to the list of available packages. Provide a unique source. Oh, so it didn't write like the Telerik feed because I think Visual Studio was using it. So let's call it Telerik NuGet feed. How about that? Copy that and let's paste that again. It still says the source has been added. Provide a unique source. I don't know. It is getting confused, and it's saying that I already have that feed, but then the builds don't work. I don't have a NuGet feed here. I may have to, get with our engineering to see what's going on. Okay, that's fine. But when I try doing a build, see, it now builds, but I don't think it actually pulled down the bits. See, it's erroring out because it's saying I don't know how to render that list view because I don't have the bits. All right, I think this may be a stopping point because I'm able to do most of the things. So again, if you're just joining me, like I am, I have proven this out. Let's go back here to the web view test again, and I can do a Mac Catalyst build here. So I know the web view works, and it can actually do the navigation back and forth between a XAML page and a web view page that just shows some HTML rendered through the web view. So I just need to bring that into my MAUI app and get the list view showing the list of issues, and then the web view showing each one. Ooh, even now this crashes because, oh, okay, now it's actually failing on the NuGet feed for all apps, looks like. Okay, so I think what I need to do is, go into my NuGet feeds on the machine level, find them somehow and fix the credentials on my Telerik feed, and so it doesn't break on every app. Okay, so I will go fix it and come back next week and we can build it from here on. But I think I have the proof of concept going, so I know the XAML works. It pulls down stuff from Azure Cosmos, and it shows me a list of issues, and I can tap on one and I can go to the other page and show the HTML. It's just a matter of putting it all together. So I will fix up my NuGet stuff and I will get back to this next week. Okay. So in the meantime, thanks for hanging out with me, Aztec and Binary Chef and 3D Plotter At and everybody else. That's it from me, and I will see you next Thursday. Okay, folks, have a good one. Bye-bye.